Right then, I think we're ready to review. Hey guys, and welcome to another video. So today's video is a review of the latest release of the Harry Potter Collectible Minifigures Series 2. I'm going to review each character individually. I will try and reference the film where possible if I can work it out. I've done a little bit of research into this and I think I know where all of the characters are referenced in terms of the films. So the first character I'm starting with is the first one in the series, and that is Harry Potter himself. Now, this version of Harry Potter, I believe, is from the Half-Blood Prince. The reason I believe that is not only his attire, which is the grey sort of looking jacket, but if I just turn him round, you'll see that he's holding the Advanced Potions book, which is the one that he finds in the Harry Potter film. The minifigure himself is fairly basic. So he's got print on his torso for the jacket, front and back, and he's also got some basic print on his legs for the belt and the shoes. And this particular version, as with most collectible minifigures, he has two facial expressions. So he's got a sort of slightly smiling one, and if I just turn him round, he's got a surprised, worried look. I'll just pop his hair back on, hopefully, carefully. Now, one of the things that strikes me about all of the Harry Potter characters that I've come across to date is they all have a very subtle, if I just take his hairpiece off, just point here, scar on his forehead. And as you can see, it's barely visible on the camera. It's barely visible actually when you look closely to it, but it is there. And when I put the hairpiece on, again, as with most Harry Potter characters I've come across, or the LEGO Harry Potter characters I've come across, the hairpiece obscures the scar. Now, I guess that's not a big problem because I suppose in real life he probably covered his scar up with his hair anyway, but obviously that's one of the prominent features of Harry Potter himself is the scar. After all, he's the boy who lives. So that's Harry Potter, that's number one. Now, the next one in line is Albus Dumbledore. Just moving back a little bit so you can see him a bit better. Now, this version of Dumbledore is the Richard Harris version. The reason I know that is down to the attire. So the hat and the robe that this minifigure is sporting is very distinctive to the Richard Harris version, and this particular character is from the scene in the Chamber of Secrets where Harry goes up into Dumbledore's office and sees Fawkes burst into flames and disappears.
Harry?
Professor, so your bird, there was nothing I could do. He just caught fire.
Oh, and about time too.
Now, the character himself, very Dumbledore-ish, so obviously he's got the robe, so the torso is the robe effect. The torso and the legs both have print, back and front. He has a beard, and the hat, which is also the hairpiece. If I just take this off, I'll show you. Dumbledore also has two facial expressions. Not very distinctive between the two. Obviously, his mouth gets covered up by the beard. But this particular version of Dumbledore, quite like, with him being the Richard Harris version. Obviously, he's also holding Fawkes, the Phoenix. Pretty cool. Probably one of my favourites in this set. So that's number two. Number three. And I'm going to also bring in number four, because these are both from the same scene in the film. Now, this is Hermione on the left and Ron on the right, and this is from the scene in the Three Broomsticks in the Half-Blood Prince, where they're sat around the table drinking butterbeer, and hence they're holding the butterbeer glasses.
God, a little bit.
Now again, thinking about the attire, both these minifigures are sporting the same attire from that film, so that's why I believe that these are from that film. Obviously the Butterbeer gives it away a little bit as well. Basic minifigures again, actually not so basic thinking about it. The Hermione figure has got print on both the torso and the legs, both front and back, which is quite nice. And Ron has a print on the front on his torso and legs, but only on his torso at the back. Now both come with two facial expressions, so if I just pop Hermione's hair off and turn her around, so she's got a smiley face and a worried face, I guess, a little bit like Harry Potter. And then Ron has got a sort of cheeky looking grin type face, and if I turn him round he has a gritty, angry looking face. And I guess he would be, because if you remember from the scene, his sister's sat snogging another lad.
So they're only holding hands. And snogging.
So that's Hermione and Ron, and they are figures 3 and 4. The next character we have, and this has probably got to be my favourite character in the set, and this is Luna Lovegood. Now Luna comes with two hair pieces, or two head pieces I guess. She comes with the lion headpiece, which I've got on her at the moment, but she also comes with a hair piece as well, on which my hands are a little bit sweaty. So there you go, that's her with her hairpiece. I do like her with the lion headpiece though, that's pretty cool. Now Luna has print on front of her torso and front of her legs, and she also has print on the back of her torso and at the back of her legs. And Luna also, I'll try and pull her hairpiece off without pulling off the plate, comes with two facial expressions, a smiley face and a sad stroke mad face, I guess. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the lion head back on, and that is Luna Lovegood. So this version of Luna Lovegood comes from the Order of the Phoenix movie. In fact, it's the first time you see Luna wearing the lion headset.
Hello everyone. You look dreadful, Ron. Is that why you put something in his cup? Is it a tonic?
So that's number 5. Number 6 is Griphook the Goblin. And Griphook, I think it appears in a number of films, but I think this version of Griphook comes from the Deathly Hallows Part 2, I believe. He's holding the Gryffindor sword and also a key to the vault, one of the vaults. Quite a nice little character, short legs obviously to represent that he is a goblin. He's sporting print on his torso front and back, and also arms, which is very unusual for collectible minifigures. There's no print on his legs either side. He's got a very grimace looking face. Now he doesn't come with two facial expressions, only the one. I think with that sort of face you only want one. And his ears, as you can see when I took his headpiece off, is actually built into the headpiece as well. So that is Griphook, and that is number 6. I'm now going to bring in number 7 and number 8 together, and I've just killed Ron. And these are Lily and James Potter. Now Lily and James Potter appear in a number of films, usually in the portrait that James is holding, but they also appear in other films. I believe that these two characters are from different parts of the Harry Potter series, so I think Lily Potter is obviously holding baby Harry, and I believe this is set in a flashback scene when you see Lily and James get killed by Voldemort. And I think James is of the same era, but you never actually see James wearing the scarf and the outfit other than in the portraits or the pictures or flashbacks. You never actually see him actually in the film, that I believe, that I remember anyway. So just the minifigures themselves. So Lily has got print on both front and back of the torso, but only the front of the legs for the pattern on the trousers and shoes. James has got print on both the front and back of the torso, and also front and back of the legs, as you can see. James is holding a portrait of Lily and himself in a embracing position. And as you can see, as I've already mentioned, Lily is holding baby Harry Potter. Now these two characters do come with a... they're not easy to get the headpieces off. Alternate expression, so we've got Lily smiling and Lily not so much smiling, I guess a little enigmatic smile. Not much difference in the facial expressions there. And James, just pop his... he comes with a happy smiling face and then a slightly happy smiling face, more determined I guess. And that is Lily and James Potter, and they are characters 7 and 8 in the series. Next up is character 9, and this is Ginny Weasley. Now, I did a little bit of research earlier today and I could not for the life of me find a scene in Harry Potter where Ginny is wearing what she is wearing as a minifigure, and I certainly can't remember ever her holding a scoop of ice cream, so I'm not quite sure where LEGO have gone with this one. But she is sporting a green dress. I think, I'm not sure, I think this is from Deathly Hallows Part 1, the scene where they're in the kitchen and Ginny asks Harry to zip her up at the back. And I think it's meant to be that dress, but it's difficult to tell. I'll let you guys decide.
It seems silly, doesn't it, a wedding? Given everything that's going on.
Maybe that's the best reason to have it. Because of everything that's going on.
Certainly I think an older version of Ginny. Now, as I say, she's holding a scoop of ice cream. She has got print on both front of her torso and the back, and also front on her legs and at the back as well, to give that dress appearance. And Ginny has also got two facial expressions. So she's got a smiley face and a smiley face with her mouth shut. A lot of these characters do seem to have two facial expressions, but they're not very differing. So usually you get, you know, a grimace, angry looking face and a smiley face, but these ones have beaming smiley faces and slightly less beaming smiley faces, I suppose you could say. Anyway, that's Ginny, and that's character number 9. Now, characters 10 and 11 are the cheeky rascals themselves, Fred and George Weasley. Now again, I'm doing the research earlier today on these two characters. There's a number of scenes where they're wearing woolly hats, but I believe the scene that these two characters are from are when they are at the Quidditch World Cup, when George is selling his sweets out of his case.
Hello, yes sir. 10 to 1 for Fleur, there you go. Thank you very much.
Now Fred, I think it's Fred, I can't remember which way around they are, but one of them's holding the case and the other one's holding the Marauders map. Now the scene that the Marauders map is given to Harry is from the Prisoner of Azkaban.
What's this rubbish? What's this rubbish, he says. That there is the secret to our success. It's a wrench giving it to you, believe me. But we've decided your needs are greater than ours.
Now the two characters themselves print on both front and back for the torso and the legs, and similarly for the Fred as well. I'm going to go that's George, I'm going to go that's Fred. Probably the wrong way around to be honest, but I'm going to go with that. They both come with double facial expressions, so let me take their hats off. And as you can imagine, sort of cheeky looking, surprised looking faces. And the hair is built into the hat piece, as you can see there. And if I just take Fred's hat off, he's got a laughing face, and then the similar sort of surprised looking face at the back. Now, one thing to point out, if I just show you the sheet that comes with it, the collectible minifigure sheet, and if I show you George, who I'm calling George, his facial expression there, he doesn't have. The minifigure himself does not have that facial expression. That's meant to be that. And I've not got them the wrong way around, because as you can see, I've got George is right. So I think LEGO have made a bit of a boo-boo there. So I think they've messed up on their facial expressions. Maybe they went to print with that facial expression, but thought they wanted something a little bit more Georgified, I guess. So that's George and Fred Weasley, and they are characters 10 and 11. Next up is character 12, and this is good old Bellatrix Lestrange. Now this version of Bellatrix Lestrange is from the Prison of Azkaban, and is from when she was in Azkaban and breaks out. As you can see, she is holding the prisoner number. She has got a handcuff, which she's obviously broke free from. Her attire is printed both front and back, and she's obviously got the robe style torso and legs. And actually this one's also got print on the arm as well. She also sports 2 facial expressions, I think. Yep. So she's got a deranged smile face, I would call it, and a angry, mad, about to kill somebody with her wand face, if you like. Quite like the hairpiece, a little bit tricky to get on. In fact, I may have even got it on and put it on the wrong way. What the heck? What have I done here? Yeah, I think that goes on like that. There we go. Quite like the hairpiece on that one. So I think that one really does capture Bellatrix's hair perfectly. That is character number 12. Character number 13 is Kingsley Shacklebolt. He's actually covering himself up with the wand, so I was going to say take the wand, move the wand around. There we go. So this character appears in several films, and I think he's wearing the same attire in every time he appears. The minifigure himself, he has got print on his torso and a little bit of print on his legs, as you can see, and he also has print on the back of his torso but no print on his legs. He also has this really annoying robe, and as you can see, if I turn him sideways, the robe doesn't drop properly. It like kind of sticks out a bit, which really annoys me. I've tried to like crease it at the top, but it doesn't particularly work. From the front it doesn't look too bad, but obviously his robe's got over his wand, so I'll have to do it like that. He only has one facial expression, and the hat itself. I think to be honest, as a character, it does represent the character in the film quite well, and as I said, because the attire he's wearing, he seems to wear that in every single film that he's in. But as character goes, not one of my favourites, pretty basic, and that robe just annoys the out off. It really annoys me, to be honest. It really annoys me.
You may not like him, Minister, but you can't deny Dumbledore's got style.
But anyway, that is character 13. So character number 14, we've got 3 to go, is my wife's favourite, and that is Moaning Myrtle. Now Moaning Myrtle comes with the transparent piece, which makes you, or allows you to create a floating pose. So if I just show you on the CMF sheet, you can see there, I personally don't like that. I didn't like it in the DC series. When I put the transparent piece on this particular character and tried to stand her up, she just fell over, so it just didn't work for me at all. Some people like it, it's not for me, so I always display without the transparent piece to give her that floating appearance. In terms of the character, so Moaning Myrtle appeared in a number of Harry Potter movies, but this particular version of Moaning Myrtle is from Chamber of Secrets. And the reasoning that is because she is holding Tom Riddle's diary. In terms of the character itself, the minifigure itself, she has got print on both her torso and legs at the front, but only print on her torso at the back. She's sporting this lovely sort of blue, light blue, ghostly blue colour, because obviously she's a ghost, and her hairpiece is quite cool as well. It's kind of like squidgy, not hard. And she also has two facial expressions. So she's got the crying, worried look, and then the angry, somebody throw a book at my head look about her.
Come to throw something else at me.
Why would I throw something at you?
Don't ask me. Here I am, minding my own business, and someone thinks it's funny to throw a book at me.
Love the hairpiece. Character-wise, I think she absolutely pulls it off in terms of her actual character. That's number 14. Character number 15, out of 16, is Professor Pomona Sprout, and this is the scene from Chamber of Secrets, where she's teaching the students how to replant a mandrake. And if you remember from that particular scene, they all have to wear the earmuffs and Neville faints.
You grasp your mandrake firmly, you pull it sharply up out of the pot. Got it? And now you dunk it down into the other pot and pour a little sprinkling of soil to keep him warm. Longbottom's been neglecting his earmuffs.
Nice little character in terms of the minifigure. She is sporting the robe style, print on the front, torso and legs, print on the back, torso and legs, no print on the sides. She is holding the mandrake, which is quite cool. And she comes with the little pot that the mandrake in as well. So I don't know about you guys, but I like the minifigures to be sat central on the plate. Sometimes they get accessories that come with them that mean you have to put them to one side, because otherwise where would I put the pot? She can't hold the pot because she's holding the mandrake and holding the wand. Where would you put the pot? I don't know what's your views on that. Nice little headpiece which gives her that grey hair look, and she also has two facial expressions. She's got like a worried face and a smiley face. Looks like she's enjoying torturing the kids with the screaming mandrakes too much to me. All in all, a nice little character. And that's number 15. And last but not least, character number 16 is Neville Longbottom. Now this version of this character is from the Prisoner of Azkaban. The reason I know that is because he is holding the Book of Monsters, and if you remember in that scene, he basically tries to open the Book of Monsters incorrectly, and the Book of Monsters tries to eat him. In terms of the character himself, I love the facial expression with the sort of goofy look about him. He has got print on his legs and torso at the front, but only print on his torso at the back, so quite standard printing. Typical sort of standard Neville type hair, I guess. He has also got two facial expressions, so a worried look and then an angry look. But again, still sporting that goofy style look, which is quite cool. I've put his hair on a little bit scoofy. So that is character 16, Neville Longbottom. So there you go guys, that is all 16 of the minifigures. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit that like button if you did. Please leave a comment below and let me know what you think about the figures. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and most importantly, hit that bell icon next to the subscribe button to make sure that you get notifications when I release new videos. Right then guys, I'm out of here. I'll catch you later for another video very soon. Cheers guys, bye.